Hello and welcome back to this episode of Making Connections, the BattleCON analysis show where I, your host, Marco DeSantos, try not to do so badly at playing BattleCON online. In the previous episode, we played some of your requests, but for this episode, we're going to do something very special. But before that, let me show you something extra special. That's right, everyone! Welcome to this wonderful journey that is the new menu screen. You see all the characters are on one page. You see that the leaderboard has top 10 leaderboards. You see we have ELO, we have ranks now. Rank mode is activated, and now we can see ourselves improve and climb up the ranks. So let's see if we can climb up the ranks with a character that I reasonably enjoy playing, and that's going to be Riflem. So let's get to the game.
What is it that you seek?
Don't you look delicious?
Well, I'm not delicious, Karen. I am made of metal and stuff. So welcome to the game, everyone. It's going to be my Riflem against Frixum's Karen. It's going to be a very interesting matchup. So as Riflem, what you do in a matchup tends to be very different depending on the character. So mostly what I want to do here is just get my grasp and my drive to a decent amount of speed so that I don't have to worry about Karen so much. Install's not going to be very good because install is bad against fast characters, so let's get rid of that. Substantial is a bit sketchy against Karen on the first beat, so we're probably not going to play it. And we probably just want to play Grand Arcanum. Arcane Inspiration will never work against... Neither of your finishers will work against Karen. She has so much start of beat movement that it's crazy. So obviously the typical Karen start is to just do Feral Claw. Or Feral Drive. So with that in my mind, we probably just want to play Alchemic Drive. Anti-priority on top.
I know what to do.
Actually, even more weird would probably be doing... Because if we do more Vein, we're not even actually going to deal damage because Coordinated makes me lose power. So we just anti more speed on top of it, I think. So that way our drive is amazing. Pass. So I'm expecting a Coordinated something here. Yeah. Looks about right. Not much to worry about, though. I will not take any damage from my opponent's thing.
Come closer.
So they have to retreat a lot, yes. I obviously have to advance one. Yikes. I take 2 damage. That's completely okay. I will retreat 2 so I don't get hit.
Away!
Go, Jaeger!
Go Jaeger! It's Jaeger, guys. Karen herself confirms it. She knows her brother's name. It's not Jaeger, as some people might say. Okay, that's interesting. Moved on to MySpace. Really cool. So the Feral Claw is a thing. But that's okay.
Yes.
Do we want to anti anything? Not really. So if this is Feral Claw, I'll take 2 damage, big whoop. Sometimes you just gotta take the losses early in order to get them later on in the game. I have now a speed 6 drive. No, it's just a dual shot. Okay, well my opponent either has to move me to the very edge of the board where neither of us hit, or trade with me. So that's my opponent's choice. Either way, I'm slowly building up my resources, so it's gonna be very good in my opinion. I do think my opponent... Alright, so my opponent moved me.
Jaeger!
So we trade,
That won't be enough.
which isn't too bad in my opinion. Alright, the real question is whether I want to put power or range on my shot. I probably want to apply range to my shot because full moons are annoying. So I think Full Moon... Full Moon is interesting. Because what they can do is... Yeah. I'll just Residual Strike at this point. I don't think there's a way for my opponent to switch sides constantly so that I miss. Oh, Feral, right. So my opponent can do something like Feral Grasp. Feral Grasp means I can't hit my opponent anyway, so there's no point in me anteing for range. So I will pass as well. We'll see what happens here. Okay, that's not too bad. So I assume my opponent will either switch sides or not. Most likely they don't want to, because staying in the corner is pretty decent. But if they want to turn coordinated on, they might have to. It doesn't really matter much because I have an end of beat on Residual, so they didn't do it. Okay. So I take 6. Yikes. Then my opponent takes 4 back.
That won't stop me.
No way.
Move Jaeger to space number 4. But Full Moon's already taken. So actually I don't want to move. Okay, so my opponent can do a variety of things. And really I am expecting a dodge at this point. That's just the reality of it all. I am expecting specifically switch dodge. Because there's not a lot of good options for my opponent to do at this range. So I'm guessing that I should play Alchemic Install right now.
We'll tear you apart.
But, on the other hand, instead of reading my opponent, I could literally just play Transformative Drive. And ruin their day. That sounds like a better idea.
This could be it.
I almost forgot the key tenet of Rifflem. Is just play attacks. If they dodge it, it's good for you. So I'm doing this because I want to deal so much damage. It's going to be 3 damage and my drive's going to be a 1-5-6. It's going to be great. So this is most likely a dodge. No, it's not. I did it, everyone. So, what do we want to give up to get back? We want to give up Stun Guard so that we get either priority or power back. Most likely we want priority back because we're against Karen, and the more fast bases we got, the better we are. It worked out, everyone! Sometimes you just gotta not try to read stuff too much. One thing about Rifflem is that you have to understand that as Rifflem, you are super incentivized. Okay, is this Red Moon Rage? Nope, it's a Lunar Cross. Okay. Lunar Cross can be rough. But my opponent doesn't have a lot of guard. But they don't have coordinated either. So I don't think they have much that actually hits me. So if I can play a Prio 2 dodge, that would be good.
We'll tear you apart.
I think this is the good play. Nah, let's just dodge to set up for next beat.
Should do.
So let's pretend we're thinking. Yes, indubitably, yes. I'll pass. If my opponent passes, I might think that it's another play, but we'll see.
I'm ready for anything.
Stun Guard. This might be the shot I was worried about. If this is dual shot... Ooh, nice play, opponent. Nice play. Okay, we just take center board.
Away.
I take 4 damage. Nice mix-up. Nice mix-up on my opponent's part. I don't think I could have really done much about dual shot.
I'm not going down.
I mean, it doesn't matter what my current finisher card is, because I'm Rifflin. So I believe my opponent's strike is the scary thing. I can't get full moon strike. I can get lunar crossed. Is there a way to beat lunar cross? Did I just accidentally lose to lunar cross without realizing it? I did, didn't I? Nope, nope, I didn't. Nope, I didn't. Alright.
So be it.
Okay. Phew. I thought I lost the lunar cross. Okay, got an anti for range. And so long as I anti for priority, if my opponent is doing lunar cross, they can't anti back. Because they have to keep that 7 force to be able to do it. Yep, it's lunar cross. Good.
Even easier than I expected!
No, it's not as easy as you expected. Oh my gosh, I almost lost to lunar cross, everyone. What am I even doing with myself? So I must pull 1 space. So do I want to spend that speed for more life? Yes, very important to spend speed for more life.
No way.
I will not retreat. Because I want to force my opponent to dodge. So basically my opponent has to dodge right now. What's the highest amount of power my opponent can have? Full moon strike. That's scary. But I get my dodge back next beat. So if I do substantial drive, I'm relatively safe. Then I have to be scared of full moon next beat, but I can dodge next beat. Full moon strike is the really scary thing here.
You can't hide.
The worst case scenario is that I die. So that's completely unacceptable. Dying is not good. So
Let's try this.
we're doing this. I'll just pass, pretend that I'm doing something else. Alright, there's the full moon. Good game. Good game. Frixum. Frixum? I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your names. Forgive me, I am an Asian boy from an Asian land. My opponent definitely switches sides with Jaeger, and I will go in and whack-a-mole.
Let's begin.
For a total of 6 damage at 8 priority. I can regain a reagent. Let's regain range, I guess.
But I...
Let this battle refine you.
That is absolutely true. Let that battle refine you. And let's go to the post-game analysis. Alright, so the key thing to ask is what went right that game? Well, I followed through with my game plan. I thought to myself, hey, I need some fast cards, and I need them so that I can beat Karen's fast options. And having a speed 6, power 5 drive really helps a lot in helping you kill people at fast speeds. What really won me that game, though, was a complete understanding of how Rifflin plays. Many people would see that, oh, my opponent's just gonna dodge Rifflin. And that's a very valid line of play. My opponent can dodge me. But the worst case scenario there is that my base gets buffed, and then I don't die. Compared to the other bad scenarios where I could die, take a 5-0 trade, and all of this stuff if I tried to clash their dodge, right? So at the end of the day, I do feel like that matchup was won because of my essentially noob strats, or like basically just going, whatever, I'll just play stats and it'll win. Because at the end of the day, if you're an escalation character like Rifflin, it's very important that you just recognize if your opponent dodges you, you're winning. So I hope you all enjoyed watching this episode of Making Connections. I do hope that you had fun. I apologize for the lower quality of the frame rate, mostly because some problems happened and I couldn't keep it at 60 without making it like look horrible. So I hope for this video at the very least that you're okay with it, and I'll try to fix that before the next recording session. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget your special actions, and thank you, World of Indians. Thank you, and good night.